Coming up this morning, it's going to be all about Mom this weekend. First, I want to surprise her this Mother's Day. We have Chef Eric here with some really easy and delicious brunch recipes for you.
All right, Mother's Day coming up this Sunday, and it is a great time to give the gift of relaxation to Mom. One of the best gifts would probably be breakfast in bed, cooked by hubby, and with the help of the kids. That would be just fantastic.
You could knock Mom's socks off with a beautiful brunch. This isn't your everyday fare either, Chef Eric Crowley with Eric's Culinary Classroom, Chef Eric's Culinary Classroom, which is here in LA. This is fancy.
Very nice. And a lot of my students make this all the time. I teach cooking classes and people to make these wonderful things for Mom or any other day of the week for that matter.
And is it overcomplicated, or can dads, can we figure it out?
Really easy, and there's also some great tips that I share with my students so you can actually plan this ahead instead of having to feel rushed to get it all done in one day.
Fantastic. So we're going to start with the challah bread French toast.
Yes, some challah bread French toast right here. Maple syrup, powdered sugar, cinnamon. One of the best tips about this is to make sure your bread is stale. Okay, got to be dry.
Leave it out overnight.
Leave it out overnight, and if you're in a rush or if you've forgotten, put it into 150 oven for about 15-20 minutes. Make sure it's got a really nice crust on the cut side when you give it a little squeeze.
So it can soak up the custard.
Exactly, and not get soggy. If you use fresh bread, when you get it into the custard and cook it, it's just going to fall apart.
Chef Eric, Mark loves quiche. I know he's not a mother, but he loves
a really wonderful artichoke and potato quiche right here.
Look at that.
Take a little wedge, and there you go.
Betcha.
The wonderful thing about this is that you could buy a pre-made quiche dough or a pie crust if you want. This can also be made a day ahead of time and just leave it out, let it cool off completely, wrap it up in some plastic wrap, keep it at room temperature for a full day. That's absolutely fine.
Absolutely delicious.
And really, it's quite easy when you just whip everything together, the eggs, the milk, the filling.
And what I noticed, too, is a little presentation, too.
Thank you very much.
Give it a little bit of effort for Mom, too.
A little sprinkling of herbs, and there you go.
What a nice touch, Chef, to have scones.
A wonderful scone. A little bit different than what your typical dessert scone is. This is a cheddar cheese scone. Really nice and rich to help you for all the mimosas that you're going to be drinking on Mother's Day. The real key tip for this guy,
she'll enjoy everything.
The key tip for this one is to make sure that your butter for the scone is really, really cold. Right? You want to take it right out of the refrigerator, mix it in with the flour, and that's what's going to give the scone a really nice height and get it really nice and fluffy.
More quiche, or?
Actually, yeah, you could call it that. I call this my salami and cheese tart. This is a really nice savory tart, and I got some pieces right there. This is a really wonderful salami and sausage filling that you wind up cooking. You can make that a day ahead of time.
That tastes like a pizza.
Isn't that awesome? Pizza and a quiche crust. There you go. As we say, there's no calories at the classroom, so either way.
Yummy breakfast potatoes.
Roasted potatoes. These ones are done with these little baby red potatoes. But if you wanted to switch it up and do a little color, you can get some purple potatoes into the mix, some Yukon Golds. Roast them off, and you could actually do that a day ahead of time, too.
And a little bit of green here.
Yeah, we got a little frisee salad for a little lightness, some Belgian endive, a really nice, wonderful champagne vinaigrette, some candied walnuts on there, too. That's really fantastic.
And it looks so fancy.
Thank you so much.
Chef, this is really great for Mom.
Thank you so much, Jessica.
We enjoyed it, too.
I love it.
For all the recipes featured today, as well as information about Chef Eric's Culinary Classroom, there's gift certificates, summer cooking classes. You can go to our website, KTLA.com. And here's one tip. Wash the dishes for Mom after you create this beautiful spread.
You got to do it. My absolute pleasure, Jessica.
Frank, back inside to you.
All right, Jess, thanks a lot.